Hi folks! Today we're back to have one more food for thought, and we're going to talk about exchange programs. Lots of people have been doing this lately because so many people want to go abroad, want to have this extra experience, not studying the language in your own country, but also going to a place, going to a country where people actually use the language every day, 24/7. And so let's talk about that. We're going to divide this video into two parts, talking about what is a really good option for an exchange, and then in the next video we're going to talk about a really personal experience. Okay, so let's start talking about the first part. So the very first thing you need to know is, what is it exactly? Well, this is for you really to learn something faster, okay? If you are studying English in your own country, of course you're going to need more time. And then
the birds.
The birds again. Yeah, they're here again. Hi folks. So, as I was saying, the first thing is, what is it exactly? It's going to be much faster, okay? If you go to a country, you can study the English course, English language specifically, or even teenagers, they are going to study high school. They are traveling to study high school. Well, it depends on your interest, okay? Of course, if you want to study high school, you really need to have a much better level of English, all right? If you have it, wonderful, perfect, it's a great experience. I really recommend it. Some students start high school here in Brazil, and then they go abroad. They study second year or sometimes third year. Okay, that's a wonderful experience, but again, you really need to have good English, okay? Your level of English must be at least intermediate, okay? Or mostly highly intermediate. Otherwise, you're going to have big trouble, okay? How can you understand all the subjects in English, all right? You're going to study like lots of different subjects and in English. It's not going to be in Portuguese, remember that. Sometimes we have difficulty studying our subjects here. Sometimes we don't like specific subjects. It's kind of challenging. So imagine if you are studying those subjects but in English. So don't forget that. If you don't have that level yet, no problem. You can have an exchange at an English school, okay? And then you can study English. You can go there to study just English. And you have many options of courses. You have part-time, you have full-time, and you have something in between. It also depends on your interest. If you are really a committed student, a very serious student, you will probably study full-time. If you also want to enjoy a little bit, if you want to travel, if you want to have some fun, probably you will choose for the part-time job. For the part-time course, part-time job. Job just later, okay, if you are already working in the country. So, and the third option, as I said, there is something in between, maybe from 9 to 3 o'clock, okay? It's not part-time, it's not full-time, it's something in between. So, also, this might be a very good option because you're going to study for many hours, and also you have a few extra hours for you to do something else, whatever it is. Maybe you go home, do homework, study some more, or just relax. You can go out, make friends, and also enjoy a little bit of your study. It doesn't have to be just a study, okay? So it's up to you. Depending on your interest, on your profile, you're going to choose how long you want to study, okay? But very important, whatever the option you choose, you really have to take it seriously. I have seen so many cases, people travel, there is a great investment and students don't take it so seriously. So please, if you choose any of these options, you gotta do it seriously. And how can you do that? Please don't try to go to the famous places with a lot of tourists, okay? Miami, in Florida, Orlando, New York City, Los Angeles, San Francisco. These places are wonderful places, guys, I know, but they're good for tourists, okay? It's not so good. They are not so good for students. Then, if you really want to keep your focus, try to go to other places, okay? Not so famous and not so full of tourists. And mainly, don't travel with a friend. And don't travel with a group of friends, even worse. Sometimes you go with an agency, and then, oh my God, there will be a lot of Brazilians together with you, and I am sure the experience is not going to be so good. Try to go to a place where you're not going to have so many Brazilians, and then you really are going to have an immersion course, all right? So please, don't speak Portuguese during your exchange program, all right? Think about those items. They are really, really important. And it might be a bit hard at the start, a bit lonely. But I promise you, after a while, especially in the end, the experience will totally pay off, okay? The more you do it, the more seriously you do it, it will be much, much better for you, okay? So, if you can, choose carefully the moment you are going to travel and where you are going to travel, all right? And that's why I think it's a bit better if you can do it maybe after high school, because when you finish high school, you're practically an adult. You are a late teen. You probably have more maturity, more commitment. Maybe it's a better time to travel and really have this experience, which is amazing. But for it to work really well, it has to be done in a very, very good way. Okay, guys, so that's our first part of this video. We brought some information about an exchange in general. Next time, we're going to talk about a practical experience, okay? See you soon, guys. Bye.